Hey yo, and welcome to Callums Corner. Welcome to the Ramadan vlog. Right, starting tomorrow morning, I will be completing Ramadan for the next 7 days. Now, I am not a Muslim. This is not something that is required of me. This is something that I am doing as an experiment to try and get an eye into it, to try and understand how tough it is, and to also to get a better understanding of a religion that I don't know an awful lot about. For those of you who don't know, I recently had a semi-religious experience. I'd eaten an entire edible, stony out edible, that was actually way too strong for me. But before I started being sick and went to the darkest place that I've ever been to, I had a moment where it felt like God was inside of me and talking to me. So it's something that I'm very keen to explore. I want to try doing a week of Ramadan. Obviously, I want to do a week as a Christian and do all of that. A week maybe as a Jehovah's Witness. A week as a Mormon. All the different religions. The whole spectrum I'd like to try and see what I can take from it. But we're starting with Ramadan because it's happening right now. And I feel like this is the right time to start it while we're still kind of relatively at the beginning of April. Because it gets harder as it goes. The days get longer and longer. It's something that billions of people do, and most of us don't have an awful kind of idea about it. So I'm going to do my very best. Hopefully, I'm not going to offend anyone. Obviously, I won't be able to complete Ramadan totally properly, as like a Muslim person would, but I'm going to do my very best. Now, it's going to require me to fast in the daylight hours for 7 days, which is going to be tough. I'm going to need to pray 5 times a day, and I'm going to need to not drink alcohol, which I think I should be able to do pretty easily. I'm not going to be able to eat pork, which is going to be more of a problem for me. I do love a bit of pig. Yeah, there's various other stuff that I'll be going through over the week. But I guess we start it tomorrow, so we'll just get into it then. Right, I'll see you all in the morning. Salam alaikum, or ayop, and welcome to my Ramadan, which hasn't actually got off to the strongest start, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I explained to you last night I had best laid plans and intentions. I'd set my alarm for 4:15, which was designed to give me enough time to get up, go downstairs, have myself a nice little bit of food, and kind of wake up slowly and be ready in time for my fajr, which is like my morning prayer. I'm sorry, I've probably not pronounced that right, but I'm doing my best, and do feel free to kind of correct me in the comments. I'd like to learn. Anyway, my alarm went off at 4:15, and I had an issue. It's quite a common issue actually. It's basically when my alarm goes off dead early in the morning. It's like I am another person. It's not like I'm me. It's like there is another weak-willed individual in my bed, in my head. It's a nightmare. This bloke he's not strong like me. He's not, he won't do what he says. He will make a deal with the devil for an extra 10 minutes in bed. It's like I'm on autopilot or something, and my alarm went off, and I just reset it for 6 o'clock this morning, and went back to sleep. So in the end, I got up at 6 o'clock, and that's okay. It's in time for my fajr, my morning prayer, but it's not in time for me to eat or drink anything ready for the day. So I'm really going to suffer for that extra couple of hours in bed now, working all day as well, it's a worry, to be honest with you. I could have done with a good feed up before I got into the day, so I'm going to have to find a way tomorrow to make sure I actually do get up. In terms of the prayer, the fajr, I'm doing my best with it. I don't know the ins and outs of how to pray like a Muslim. I can't walk like an Egyptian. I can't pray like a Muslim. I did research it, and with the hands and the stuff, Allahu Akbar, but a lot of it's in other languages. It's too much for me to learn. If I had someone to teach me, I definitely think I could do it, but it's on the Isle of Wight. I've got very little access to Muslims. If I was in Bristol, it would be perfect. Be simple, easy. But I had to think about that, maybe phoning the mosque over here or something, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I didn't want them, to think it was disrespectful. I'm just doing this to, it's a challenge. It's a real challenge, and I want to see what people go through and try and learn from it. But yeah, I could have done with some guidance. But I've set my rog up towards, I think it's called Qibla. I've got this little app that shows me timetables and stuff, and is giving me like the degrees to face towards. And then I just kind of crouched down and prayed for a few minutes. Definitely not the right way, but I'm trying to do as much as I can, basically, with the knowledge that I've got. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Anyway, I've got work now, but I'll talk to you afterwards, I guess. I probably won't get a chance to vlog. I've got to do my midday prayers as well, so I'll let you know how that goes, but my boss goes quite soon, so I best get going. I'll see you later. I'm back from work, and it was absolute arse. The whole day was a nightmare. I felt hungry, I felt moody, tense, I was proper eggy. And to make matters worse, the last that I was working with, she was proper eggy as well, which I don't understand, because last week she seemed like a really down-to-earth girl. Like, we even had chips one night after work, not in like a romantic way. She's only like 25, far too young for me, but she just seemed like really nice. And today she was proper moody, but I don't know whether it's because I was eggy. I was eggy, she was eggy. I'm thinking a lot of eggs, because I normally have egg mayonnaise for my lunch, and I missed it. I'm really, really hungry. But yeah, the whole working day was just a nightmare. I felt eggy. She seemed to be annoyed about something. And I also had one horrifying incident where basically I had to do my midday prayers, and I'm not even told her I do YouTube. I'm not telling her I'm doing a Ramadan vlog. So I was kind of thinking to myself, how am I going to do my prayers? So what I kind of did was midday found me cleaning the bathroom. So I just locked the door and quietly went about my praying. But unfortunately, she tried to come in and check up on how I was getting on, and the door was locked, which obviously was horrifying, because she's going to think I'm pooing in there. So that was something I held with me for the rest of the day as well. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. And now I'm home, I'm feeling even moodier, because I can't have a cup of tea, I can't have a biscuit. It's everything that makes me human. Like, sounds like a big statement, doesn't it? But your habits are what make you there, what make your life, and I'm giving them all up, I just want to come home and have something to eat. My mouth feels like an anus. It's disgusting. It's so dry and claggy. It's just horrible. And I've just got to wait now. This is almost worse than work. I mean, I didn't enjoy work, but at least it distracted me. Fire up the Football Manager, I guess, but yeah, not enjoying this at the moment. Hey up, I'm still waiting for the bloody sun to finally set officially so I can eat. Really, really struggling with this last bit. It feels like the time is moving like a bloody snail, really inching along. And it's a massive inconvenience, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's a really big disruption to my life and what I want to be doing. But it does kind of make you think, doesn't it? Like, what a big thing it is. Like, I've read stuff like when I'm at school and stuff, and they're teaching the Bible stories and stuff, and it all seems so like far removed, like religion, doesn't it? Like such a long time ago, and all the stuff they did, like proper devoting themselves to God, or like Jesus going out and fasting and stuff. It doesn't feel like modern day life, but actually doing this, like, I'm kind of getting an appreciation of, well, not what they're aiming for, but like just how much it is like that. I guess putting like their devotion to God first and like proving it. It's a massive, massive disruption, but it does make sense. Quite a lot of it makes sense actually. They're praying like multiple times a day. It's a good way of kind of like showing your devotion and centering yourself and stuff. Yeah, it's quite deep when you start thinking about it. I'm thinking about dinner, obviously. And I did want to talk to you really quickly about refried beans. I don't know whether I've kind of given you, not a warning, but an endorsement of them before. I'm going to have fajitas for dinner. Actually, talking about it, it's kind of making my mouth water a little bit. That's quite nice, a little bit extra moisture. Doesn't go amiss at the moment. But yeah, refried beans will transform your fajitas. They're just absolutely gorgeous with the guacamole, like, oh, it's this mushy, gorgeous mess. And you got your spicy chicken, your peppers, cheese, sour cream. It's just lovely. I'm breaking my fast with fajitas, and I'm really looking forward to it. And if you haven't tried refried beans with your fajitas, get involved. Transformative. Yeah, just waiting now. Just waiting. I've finished my fajitas, and oh my God, what a way that is to break your fast. My first one. absolutely glorious. I ate 3 of them, scoffed 3 whole fajitas in the end, each with refried beans and the guacamole, sour cream cheese, just fantastic. I feel euphoric now. It feels a little bit holy. Like the experience of eating after starving myself all bloody day was just incredible. I feel like drunk on food. That meal has sated me like more than I've ever felt like sated in my life, more than any other meal. I it's incredible. It's incredible. I feel bloody fantastic now. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a little pray, and yeah, I guess I'll do my live stream after. Oh, that was lovely though. Salam alaikum, or good morning to you all again. Unfortunately, I have had to deal with another morning of a weak man in my bed and in my head. And that's not me saying that I'm been conducting like a clandestine homosexual affair with a particularly puny person. That is me saying that, I'm referring to myself. I've woken up again dead early when my alarm went off, and yet again, I've just reset it. And now I'm paying the price somewhat. I have not been able to eat. I've had no coffee, and it's a difficult start to the day. This morning, I tried a slight kind of variation in tactics because I feel really, really tired today. All of this waking up and resetting alarms and stuff, and it's a very new schedule for me. This. So what I did when I was in the shower. In a moment of kind of madness, bravery, whatever you want to call it, I just wedged the lever right down to cold. So it went from being a nice hot shower to just like freezing cold. Just in an attempt to kind of really wake me up and replace the caffeine hit that I'm missing. Mum's down moaning because apparently I was squealing in there. I wasn't squealing. It was just an alpha male shout of exhilaration, embracing it. It's not squealing. I was just going for it. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing here, but Lord Eddard Stark said it best when he said, "Just feel the fear and do it anyway." Basically, that's what I did. Big cold shower, big shock to the system. I really would have rather had a cup of coffee though. Yeah, I'm moaning. I'm finding it's quite kind of like my emotions are. Like going like that, you can't see what I'm doing, but that's like a roller coaster at the moment. I don't know whether it's because I'm so hungry most of the time, but they're really kind of like they're swinging penduluming my emotions. I'm going from like praying and feeling, really at peace and kind of like a nice headspace, to being really hungry. My mouth is annoying me, and just feeling really down about it. Well, not down about it, but just like God. It's so long till I can, eat and do all the things that I'd normally do. Anyway, I've got to go to work, so I'll speak to you later. Hey, right, I just got back from work. It's nice to be finished, but I feel a bit lost now coming home, and I just want to have a snack. I just want to grab something to eat, really want a cup of tea. I feel a bit lost. That's when it's hardest, is when you kind of finish, well, when I'm finding it hardest is when I finish work and I get home, and it's just like, just got to wait now. Work was decent. The lass I worked with actually apologised for yesterday. Apparently she's got PMT, which is, that's fine. That's understandable. Admirable actually for admitting it. We're all not ourselves at times. I was explaining to you, in the morning, I'm definitely not myself. That's not me. That weak-willed, spineless little gimp. That's not me who just goes back to sleep. That's another person. And also, when I'm really hungry, when I'm angry, all of us, where we've got different stresses on us, we're not ourselves, it's good. Women should be encouraged to do that. Just explain that you have stepped out of the body of a rational person, and you are, for just this period of time, you are a mental person. You're ruled by your hormones and your bodily functions. It's fine. Information is power. If we know about it, we can deal with it. It's fine. Yeah, so work wasn't too bad. But just kind of feel a little bit lost now. For my prayer, my midday prayer, I didn't want to do the whole bathroom thing again yesterday. That was a bit embarrassing. Like, is he pooing? I hope that's not what she thought, but it's what you're going to assume, isn't it, if the bathroom door's locked? Anyway, what I did is I took my lunch break a bit earlier, and I said I was going off to grab something. So I went off for a little wander. Was in the sea view at this point, which is really quiet and deserted. So I was able to find a little place just down by the sea where no one was around. So I just did my prayer there. And actually, that was much, much nicer than doing it in the bathroom. In an ideal world, I guess that's what you'd do. You'd kind of devote your life to making it the nicest kind of Ramadan you could. All your prayers would be lovely and not overlooked and rushed and stuff. But yeah, it felt like a nice thing to do. Kind of centered me, calmed me down a bit. But now I'm just really, really hungry, a little bit lost, and my mouth is gross. Yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Just waiting now. Oh my God, something incredible has just happened and I had to share it with you immediately. So I've just been completing my nighttime prayer. You know, I was down on the floor praying for about 10-15 minutes. I tend to make my nighttime one quite a long one. I like the peace before I go to bed. It makes me nice and relaxed. But something happened to me while I was bending down and praying. I don't know whether it is because I was hunched over and it's shifted something in me, or because obviously I've been eating at different times and my stomach's slightly weird, but by the time I finished pooing, I needed a poo. And I was a little bit tentative about it because, yeah, I'm no stranger to poos at different times, but normally it's like a panic poo because my stomach's not in a very good shape or something because it's rejected something I've eaten. So I'm thinking, God, is this how I'm going to end the day, with a panicky, nasty poo? Possibly a stingy one or something, but no. It was a perfectly relaxed poo. I feel incredible, totally empty, totally relaxed. And like I say, I don't know whether that's got to do with me eating at different times or me being down on the floor and praying or whatever, but yeah, I feel bloody brilliant at the moment. From worried to total elation. Right, I'm going to head off to bed now. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning to you all. Salam alaikum. I seem to have fallen into a bit of a routine in terms of the whole challenge. It seems to be that every night I go to sleep ready to wake up at 4 a.m. and every 4 a.m. I wake up and that other bloke, that spineless Callum bloke, resets the alarm for just before morning prayers. I would really, really like to get up at 4 and have a proper meal and have a shower, do the prayers, and then ideally I'd like to go back to bed and have a bit of a nap for a while. But I'm working each day this week, so that's kind of impossible. It makes you think of all these different things now that I'm actually doing it like properly, you know, how it interferes with routines and stuff, and you're working. Like ideally you'd like to just concentrate on it and do nothing else but the Ramadan in, but fitting it around life is hard. If you are like doing it, if you're a Muslim, like, let me know how you bloody manage it. There probably is like an ideal routine you can get in, but I feel like I'm far from it. But I have a routine of sorts. The working it kind of helps and doesn't help. I'm working every day this week, well, apart from the weekend. It does get me up in time for the prayer and stuff, and I, have to be ready and showered and stuff to go catch my boss, so that's good. But it's the routine as well. I'd like to concentrate more on the Ramadan, and kind of fitting the two together is awkward. But I'm doing my best. I quite enjoyed the morning prayer this morning and yesterday, actually. Having showered first, I felt awake, and it's nice to start the day with that peace and quiet. And I'm finding myself just staying up in my bedroom till it's time to go now. Like, normally in the mornings, if I'm working, well, any morning, I'll be downstairs, cups of coffee and stuff, radio on, reading stuff on my phone. It's just established a bit of a different routine for the mornings, and it's, a little bit more mindful, I guess would be the best way of describing it. Hey, yo, and welcome to the Dead Zone, which is it's what I've taken to calling this period of time after I get home from work. The kind of couple of hours before it becomes feasible to start thinking about dinner. It feels like I'm lost at sea in a just infinitely never-ending abyss of no tea, no food, dry mouth, disgusting. But don't feel too bad for me. Everyone who's doing Ramadan is dealing with this. Probably better than me, but there you go. Anyway, it's not actually too bad today. I've got something to distract me. I did mention it a little while ago. I've been trying to get together like some merchandise. I've only ever done it like once or twice before, and it's been well over a year. I got motivated because I did tell you I need to move house. Unfortunately, some people do know my address, broken into my garden and stuff, and it's just not feasible for me to stay here long term. I'm worried about Lenny out there and stuff. Some people are mental. Nothing bad has happened so far, but just I do have to move. So I thought, two birds, one stone. Help me a little bit with the moving. Obviously, don't buy it if you can't afford it or if you don't want it. Don't be silly. But just if anyone does want it, there will be some. And it's come. It's come today, my little samples. I've been thinking for the longest time, like, what do I want to kind of theme it? What means a lot to me? What do I love? And most of you should know, hopefully. Definitely the stream viewers will know that I love a cup of tea. One of my favourite things. I'll have 20, 30 of them a day normally, but I'm not Ramadaning. So I wanted to get a kind of a tea theme going through it. So I got them to do me like a logo. Anyway, I'm just going to show you. This is my new cup. Callums Corner, established 1981, Lancashire, Yorkshire tea style, but with my factual information. It's a lovely, beautiful colour. Matte red, it's lovely. There's also a few other bits. There's a t-shirt with a logo on, my tea logo on. I've got a coaster for your cup to go on, if you want one. And I've also got a lovely mouse mat, which is really useful, actually. I've needed one for the longest time. So, yeah, there will be a link in the description. And as I did mention previously, there is a unusual big ticket item. Hopefully you remember, I used to have a lovely bushy beard. Unfortunately, my vanity kind of got the best of me and I ended up dyeing it, so I had to get rid of it. But I've got a big bag of beard hair. Been saving it, and I'm going to decant it into pots later this week. And there'll only be about 50 of them, I reckon, maybe 75. Because unlike my kind of Muslim brothers from the video, hopefully who are watching, my beard wasn't quite, years worth long, so it's a limited amount of hair. But I am decanting it into pots, and they will be on sale for those of you who do want one for kind of cloning purposes. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I didn't want to do it initially because I was worried about giving away my DNA, but I kind of thought, well, 80 years in the future, if I probably then when I pass away, and if I haven't managed to have children and pass the corner on, you might well need a clone. You might want that, and it'd probably be feasible then. And if it does become feasible before I pass away, obviously early access cloning, I'll be able to get in there first. I'll give them a drop of the old testicular juice if need be. That will get me a clone faster, so I'll be able to prepare. No one's kind of getting an army of Callums and taking me on. Don't worry, I've thought it through. So yeah, for a limited amount of people, there is some beard hair that will be available for cloning purposes. So yeah, there'll be a link in the description. But I'm well chuffed with it. And yeah, don't buy it if you don't want it, you can't afford it. Don't be silly. Assalamualaikum, good morning to you all. I'm in a bit of a rush this morning, so it's going to have to be quite a quick update. I didn't set my alarm last night for 4 a.m. I thought, you know what, I'm just not getting up. Surely it's going to be more beneficial, sensible to just not set the alarm and sleep right through. But then when I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, I kind of grabbed my alarm, has become the habit, and, just automatically started to try and reset it for 6 a.m, but it's already 6 a.m, and there's the kind of realisation hit my confused mind, and I realised it was lighter and stuff. It was a dark and dismal moment, it really was. There's no kind of extra secret 2 hours sleep. I've just got to get up. I snoozed my alarm in the end a couple of times, and now I'm running a bit behind. I might not even have woken up, but my mum's phone started tinging from over in her bedroom. Ting, ting, ting. Stupid old iPhone that she's got now. It must be my sister Amy. She's coming down today a little bit earlier for Easter. Eddie is coming, but he'll be here on Easter Day itself. And just, that thought that my sister Amy's en route to the island kind of made me like, just get out of bed, Anyway, I need to get moving. I'm a bit shorter on time now because of the snoozing, basically. My prayers were rushed. Everything was a bit rushed. But it's nearly Friday. We're nearly there. I've nearly done the working part of the week at least. So, yeah, there's that to hold on to. Plus, it seems really, really sunny today. Which worried me at first because I thought, it's really sunny, it's going to make the day longer. But then I realised that's not how that works. The day will be the same length. It will just be a sunny day, which is a nice thing. Right, I got to get moving. I'm going to catch my boss. I'll speak to you after work. Hey, yo, right, I'm not long back from work. I'm massively hungry and even bloody thirstier. But that's not the important thing at the moment because I'm struggling with a moral dilemma at the moment. My first Ramadan-based moral dilemma that I faced during the challenge, actually. And I'm also struggling with extreme repulsion, but I'll explain to you. So I've been honest, I'm no kind of Muslim scholar. I don't know the ins and outs of all the rules and regulations during Ramadan. I'm just here kind of trying to do my best, basically. But one of the things I did notice in my research that was like a kind of common theme that I picked up on is that you kind of get back what you give during Ramadan. Like, you want to be your best because it's going to be rewarded by the big man, Allah. And apparently you should really try hard to do no wrong. Like, you don't want to get that back double from the big man. So it said you should avoid swearing and stuff and just basically be at your best. Now, I'm in a situation dealing with this extreme repulsion where normally my immediate response would be instant execution. But I don't want to get that back, you know. Would that be massively frowned upon during Ramadan? I mean, basically, what it is, I got home from work, walked up to my front door, and a spider has given birth. There is a spider's web with like hundreds of tiny little spiders, repugnant little gits with their legs. Yeah, they're small now, but they will grow. Obviously, the way I normally deal with stuff is you take no risks, you take no chances. I'll be boiling the kettle and going out there ready to, you know, for a steamy death for them. But is that what I'm going to get back? You know, I don't want to anger the big guy. Are you allowed to deal with insects and stuff like that during Ramadan? I don't think I can risk it if I'm sticking to it properly. Let me show you the spiders that I'm going to have to let live for the next few days on my front door. I don't know. Any advice from, like, you know, proper Muslims, people who know this stuff, would be greatly received, obviously. This video's going to come out after I finish the bloody challenge, but it would still be nice to know for the future. Right, let me show you these little twats. Will you look at that? That's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, they're small at the moment, but they're going to grow. Each one of those is capable of growing into a full-grown, spasmoidal bloody spider. Jesus Christ. Morning, salam alaikum. Welcome to Good Friday and my final day of work this week. Needless to say, I didn't get up at 4 a.m, although I did kind of enjoy being able to go back to sleep for a couple of hours. I am going to do that, though. I am going to get up proper early, going to have a meal, and then I'm going to pray. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it Easter Day, I've decided. Maybe even tomorrow, but definitely Easter Day, because that's like a special day anyway. Different gods, but still a special day. Yeah, right, I'm off to work. I'll speak to you when I get home again. Hey up, I finished work and I'm back home again. Work was decent today. Did exactly the same as yesterday in terms of my praying. Found myself a little quiet spot outside and went and did it, which was fine. Again, massively struggling now I'm home. And I think I've put my finger on what it is. This Ramadan is breaking, like, probably my oldest routine. As you know, it's ever since I was young. When I've got home from work, you know, as an adult, and then going through the ages backwards, you know, at college, at school even, as soon as you get home, what I would do is grab myself something to eat. I'd have a snack, cup of tea, biscuits, maybe even a bit of toast, some crisps. You know, the possibilities are endless. It depends what kind of mood you're in. But that is such an established routine for me. I'm finding it so difficult to kick. I'm kind of getting through the days now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to stop and have lunch. Like, my stomach feels really empty during the day, but it's when I get home and I'm stopped for the day, that whole kind of routine of coming in and having something to eat, just not being able to do that, I'm finding it incredibly tough. And don't even get me started on, like, it's not a mouth anymore. It's not a mouth, it's gross. I don't like it, I don't want it. Even is how I feel. I just wish it was gone until fasting time was over and then give me my mouth back. It's just dry and horrible and I don't like using it. Right, can't wait for the sun to bloody bugger off. Right, you join me on what has fast become my second favourite part of the day during Ramadan. Obviously, my favourite part of the day is breaking my fast, but this last hour before I actually get to break my fast it's right up there, to be honest with you. I've got this nice little habit I've got into of I kind of wait till it reaches about 7 o'clock, gather Lendo up, and bring down the beach for a walk. It just feels like I'm on easy street now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll finish my walk, I can go home and I can eat, and I've proper earned it as well because I haven't eaten all day. Yeah, it's nice. I feel like it's all downhill from here kind of thing. Broke at the back of the challenge for the day. Yeah, I've actually, tonight, normally I get home and have to cook myself something, but tonight, preemptively, I actually popped a frozen chicken curry in the oven. So 50 minutes, I'll get home, ready to eat. Lovely. Chicken curry as well, appropriate for Ramadan. Yeah, it's nice. It's a good time of the day. What do you reckon, then? He's obviously not Ramadaning, he's just eating as normal, but he does like it when I break my fast. He's very interested in all the food that I eat. Yeah, lovely. Stroll home, eat some food, have a little pray, and stream. Done for the day. It's nice. This has become my favourite time, for sure. And the weather seems to be getting nicer as I'm going along as well. I don't know whether that is right, the big man providing or whatever, but it's nice. I'm enjoying this. Right, curry's been consumed. I've had my little pray, and I'm feeling bang tidy actually. The curry was lovely, absolutely lovely. I'm so glad I got the 2-person one. The co-op cook at home range, it's divine. I wholeheartedly endorse it. You know, this is not an advert, not being paid to say that. I just bloody love the stuff. Yeah, really, really nice. This challenge, actually, I'm finding it's quite good for like the streams. I'm about to go and stream in a minute. Quite often when I'm doing challenges, because I've done like an intense water fast one over like a weekend, and I've done like a week-long challenge where I've only eaten certain foods like peas and cabbage comes to mind, and those ones have left me really struggling with the streams, like proper eggy. And with this one, that's not been the case, obviously, because I get to eat before I go on stream, and I feel bloody great after starving myself all day. I have my little pray and stuff, which kind of centres my mind and stuff, which has left me, you know, feeling like I'm smashing the back doors into the streams, which is a nice change for the challenges. Normally they're a real struggle. When I was doing the cabbage challenge, they were all torturing me, the stream viewers, popping, you know, sizzling, cooking noises on and stuff, and it was difficult. But this one, I kind of feel bulletproof in the streams. Daytimes are a different matter, especially that horrible dark period between getting home from work and, you know, the sun probably going down. That's a dark time. But the streams, the evenings, I feel bloody brilliant. You know, the eating is such a joyous thing after not having it all day. Yeah, it's great. It's bloody great. You feel great in the evenings. Right, I'm going to go stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey up and welcome to the weekend. I hope you're all doing well. In the greater scheme of things, I am doing all right. I'm doing quite well. I kind of feel like I'm crested the hill now. It's not that long left now. I'm at the weekend and stuff. But in the very here and now of the challenge, I'm actually really, really struggling this morning. It's thrown me all out of my little routine that I've built up, you know. I set my alarm for dead early this morning. But I just got up, had a pee and a pray, and then I went straight back to bed, you know, taking advantage of it being the weekend and stuff. Again, I wasn't involved in that decision making. It was the other Callum. But basically, I've woken up about half hour ago and it was gone 10 o'clock, and I've realised it's a massive mistake. I'm so thirsty already, really paying the price for not being organised and hydrating myself early doors. It feels like the whole day is just stretching out ahead of me as well now. Not having work to distract me, I think, is actually not going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. My mouth massively feels like an anus again already. Yeah. Anyway, there is something exciting though. When I came down, didn't even get told about it. It took me like 20 minutes to even realise. Wandered into my little utility room where I stream. I found a package on my desk. A package had come for me. My mum hadn't even told me. Like, she taken it in, popped it in my little room. Why wouldn't you tell me when I came down? She's useless. I swear she's getting worse. She's basically just like an egg now. Like an egg that stuffs its face with a bit of hair on. Useless. Anyway, package has come, and it is new Jordans. Yes, I'm very excited. I'm trying to add a lovely Jordan shoe to my little pack, my little collection, every 3-4 months or so, waiting for one that's special to come along, and I think I found it with this one. So yeah, we're going to have a presentation, a new Jordan for the pack. Actually, I want your opinions with these, because I ordered new laces. They came a couple of days ago, so I popped one of the new laces in, and I don't know whether I should use it or use the laces it came with. I'll turn you around anyway, and I'll show you. Big moment. Right, you ready? Ba-bum, bow, wow, wow. Don't know why I'm making little music with my mouth as we go. Look at that, though. Don't need music. The shoes speak for themselves. Loves them. I really like them. That little kind of embroidery going up the side there, and the speckledness. That even goes on the soles as well. Look at that. Even the sole of the shoe is bloody amazing. Yeah, dead chuffed with the way they look. So, yeah, this is the lace it came with, the black laces. But one of the things that attracted me to the shoe was this lovely little blue bands there. Always liked a bit of kind of robin's egg blue. So I got some laces that colour. Let me get the other one out and I'll show you. Popped that lace in so we can do a little comparison. Now, I'm not so sure that I like it now I've popped it in. I don't know whether it maybe makes the shoe look a little bit washed out, or whether the black laces is kind of a slightly cleaner, sharper look. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know which one to go with at the moment, but I bloody love the shoes themselves. Right, I'm going to get some older races in them. I'm going to crep protect them. I'm going to bloody wear them. Lovely, lovely. Let me know where you think they rank as well in kind of terms of my collection. I think they're right up there with my red ones. Right, good afternoon. Well, almost early evening now, actually. I'm really, really sorry. I've not been filming updates today. It's been really, really tough getting through it, being stuck at home, actually. Being at work was much, much easier because you had the distraction. Being at home, it just feels like it's full of temptations. It's really been confronting it. Like every time I walk through the kitchen, like delicious food, kettles right there, lovely cup of tea. It's been a lot more in my mind, like the whole fasting thing today. I fed Lenny's lunch earlier and I was mixing in a tin of beef dog food in with his biscuits. And the meat in the dog food looked almost appetising. I found my mind thinking, well, if you put gravy on it and put some pastry around it, baked it might be a decent pie. Which shows you just how hungry I am. Although that might actually make an interesting challenge at some point, trying to survive on dog food for a few days. I think I could do it. But it's, normally I wouldn't be thinking like that. I'd be thinking, I'd be full up. I wouldn't be hungry. My mind wouldn't be going to whether I could survive on dog food or not. Yeah, at that point, I decided that I really do need to distract myself for the rest of the day. So I ended up filming like a response video. That pyrocynical git was talking about me on his stream. He was doing this like impression of me where he's like, he basically said I'm special needs with his face. So I spent all afternoon reacting and editing a video response to him. But even that, I'm not particularly happy with. I'm not kind of performing at my usual high levels. I know my hunger. Like, I wouldn't have filmed it. It's a boring video. It goes on for ages. That's not what was needed. I should have done an instant roast of him or gone Black Ops and then proceeded with a diss track. But I wanted to distract myself, so I've watched it and reacted to it, and I've given him warning that a diss track might be coming. And I don't even know, now I'm thinking about it, like whether it's worth distracting him. Yeah, there's loads of material. I've done some research on him. It basically writes itself, but are you ever going to change a gimpy little gizzard like that? He delights in the repugnant and the repulsive. Maybe I'm better off just keeping my eyes on Prince Andrew. I really do need to distract him and bring more eyes, public to what's going on there. Prince Body Nonce. I don't know. I'm hungry and I feel like I've wasted the day a bit. I'm not particularly happy with myself. Although I have moved my sofa from over there. You can't see where I'm pointing that way. It used to be against that wall. I've now moved it to this wall, just again, because I was looking to distract myself. But actually, it's quite a nice move, I think. It's working. Yeah, I just need the sun to bugger off now so I can have some dinner. Yeah, struggling with it much more being at home today. It's happened again. Finished praying my nighttime prayer and another perfectly relaxed poop just out of nowhere. Nice little surprise. It puts me, I feel so relaxed now to go to bed. What a frame of mind that is, to be totally expelled, totally empty, totally relaxed. Bloody great. I mean, I'm struggling today in the daytime, but at night time, it really is your time to shine as a Muslim, isn't it? It's food time, lovely little nighttime relaxation and stuff. Normally when I'm doing challenges and stuff, especially ones that involve eating different things or fasting and stuff, like my streams are normally a nightmare because I'm hungry, I'm eggy and stuff. But doing this challenge, like, I feel great before I go on stream because I've finally eaten. My mind's more relaxed. Like, all my stream viewers have been threatening me recently because it's almost the 20th of April, which is it's a certain someone's birthday that they're going to try and make the day help for me, basically. But I've been handling it with aplomb, and if I was doing a different challenge, I think I would have really struggled with the streams this week. So yeah, thank you to Allah for making the night time so bloody wonderful. Right, I'm going to turn in for tonight, and yeah, last day tomorrow. Almost bloody done it. Hey up and happy bloody Easter. I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Now, if I look tired today, particularly tired, it's because I absolutely am. Now, I didn't get up, unfortunately, early enough to eat this morning. That didn't happen. As much as I wanted to do it on my final day, I just didn't make it. However, I did still get up pretty bloody early this morning because I wanted to have my morning prayer and stuff, and I didn't want to go back to bed this morning, so I got myself dressed, and I went and got the early bus, and I went for a swim. I haven't done that in bloody ages. It was amazing. Really, really nice having a swim. There was no one there in the pool. The sun was shining through the windows. I was swimming through the rays of light. It was magical. And also, on kind of positive notes, when I was getting myself dressed after my swim, I realised I was buckling my belt up. I've lost like a notch of belt's worth of weight this week. Which is absolutely bloody brilliant. I've been trying to lose the weight that I put on over lockdown so I can make my weight loss video. I put on 4 stone over lockdown this last half a stone or so. It's been quite difficult to shift, but Ramadan has really started moving again. So yeah, loads and loads of positives to look at in that respect. Couple of massive negatives is I didn't really think the swimming through, in that swimming makes me starving anyway, and it now feels like my stomach is eating itself, like aggressively, like there's piranhas in there just gnawing away at the inside of it. I am hungrier than I've been for years. You know, it's really, really empty. I cannot wait till the sun goes down. Other negative is that my sister Amy's coming over today. All my family are going to be here soon. I mean, it's good because Eddie will be here. It's negative because Amy will be here and she's a right twat, bloody sister, slotster, more accurate way to describe her. So I'm going to have to deal with her whilst being massively, massively hungry. Yeah. Don't even know what I'm going to break my fast with today. I haven't decided. I kind of want a roast dinner because it's like Easter Sunday. But then it's going to be too... I don't think I can do a roast dinner. And I just can't think about the food at the moment. I have to think about it later. It's too much for my hungry brain to deal with. I think I'll have to have a roast next week. I'm just going to need food very, very... as soon as the sun sets, basically. Right, okay. I probably won't get a chance to vlog when everyone gets here, so I'll speak to you much later, I'd imagine. Have a wonderful bloody Easter day, though. I finished my dinner and the sausages were just as disgusting as I expected. I mean, plant grow-based sausages. There is no plant in nature that sausages grow on as far as I am aware. And if there is a plant out there with sausages growing on there, it's probably something that Bill Gates has concocted up in one of his gross little laboratories. And I want no part of that sausage plant, thank you very much. I mean, I guess it is, in a way, it's the price I've had to pay for not being able to have pork. But it felt like a very, very heavy price to pay. You know, sausage, mash, peas. You expect the sausage to be the star on that plate, and it very much was not the case. The peas were better than the sausage. The mash was way better than the sausage. The mash was the star on the plate. In the end, I was just kind of psychologically cutting up bits of the sausage and just thinking of it as like a protein contrast to the lovely salty mashed potato of a carb fest. But yeah, it did tarnish the dinner somewhat for me. I feel a lot better now, having eaten. No one's themselves when they're hungry, and it was a really, really tough day today. Probably the toughest in retrospect. It being Easter Day, I really felt like I was missing out, not being able to eat. Having my sister Amy here, like psychologically, that was a lot to deal with. And I was just a bit eggy. Like even Eddie, my nephew, who is awesome, he's an awesome lad, love him to bits, but even he did not stop stuffing his little gob with Easter egg all day long. And, you know, I'm bound to get a bit jealous. I love Easter egg. So yeah, it was a tough day. I felt like I was missing out. It was hectic having my family here. But overall, I feel bloody brilliant. Having completed the challenge, it's good to finally complete the challenge properly. I haven't done that well on them recently. And even more than just the victory. I think there's quite a lot I can take from this challenge. But I'm going to do a full debrief in a couple of days when I've had a chance to let my emotions settle down a bit, because they've been, roller coastering from extreme hunger and kind of irritation to just being almost blissed out and full of food. At the moment, having like a cannonball of mashed potato in me, I feel super, super relaxed, super happy. Yeah, it's been a real roller coaster. So I'm going to give it a couple of days and I'll give you a full debrief. But yeah, I've made it through the final day. Massive, massive win for the corner. Hey up, right, it has actually been a couple of weeks since I completed my Ramadan challenge now. I'm so sorry this is taking so long for the, my conclusion now. Basically, I've been trying to edit it all together and it's taken me ages. It was a nightmare. I had so much footage. I've had to be really brutal with it and cut loads of it out. I'd done like a cooking section each day when I was breaking my fast, showing you what I was eating and stuff. I think what it is I've got so much knowledge that I just want to share with you like immediately. But I've had to be very strict myself and be like, no, this is a Ramadan video. I can make some separate cooking videos. It was going to be hours and hours long otherwise. So yeah, I've been brutal in the editing. I had to be. But it's finally complete, and I've had a good, a period of time to reflect on the challenge. And I tell you what, it's bloody positive, my reflection on it. It's been one of the best challenges I did. From my own personal point of view, it made me feel like I'd achieved something. And, I know it's not like Ramadan completed it, mate. I've only done 7 days of it, but it was tough even doing that. And it, made me feel good. The fasting made me feel good. I lost a bit of weight. And so much of like the rules around it kind of makes sense to me now. Like, fasting's always been a big thing, isn't it, in religion? Jesus going out into the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights. It's meant to focus your mind a bit. And it kind of makes sense. Like, it's like you're proving your devotion to your God kind of thing. And also the praying all the time, like 5 times a day, always centering yourself, checking in with him and stuff. Yeah, it made a lot of sense to me. And it was a good challenge to do. I wish I could have done it better, more properly. I wish I could have done a whole month with that Muslim people to guide me and stuff. But it was a good start. And I'm pleased with what I bloody did. If there's, you have a strong opinion about which religion you want to see me experience next, which challenge you want to see me undertake, do leave it in the comment section. And hopefully you enjoyed the vlog. You can leave a like. You can leave a dislike too. I don't know why I did like thumb up twat there, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching.